Breaking news just coming in: when Cordelia ship will reach Mumbai, following things will happen. Number one, BMC will deploy teams with local assistant, municipal commissioner and doctors for checkup. Number two, those who are positive already will be given 4 choices: to either stay on the ship, complete quarantine themselves, shift to a designated hotel if asymptomatic for quarantine, shift to BMC's COVID facility at Baikala for the quarantine. If symptomatic, shift to a hospital as per the conditions laid out. So these are the couple of things that will happen once the Cordelia ship will reach Mumbai. Remember, of the 2016 people, 66 have tested positive on the Cordelia ship, and this is a matter of huge concern. Cordelia management has not broken their silence on what is going on. There have been allegations of mismanagement too. Saurabh Akhtania now joins us. Saurabh, you've got us the latest breaking news that's coming in. This entire Cordelia ship, to begin with, 2016 people leaving Mumbai to go to Goa in the first place is not COVID appropriate. Secondly, we're waiting for a reaction to come from Cordelia management on the mismanagement as alleged by the passengers. Thirdly, you've gone ahead and accessed exclusive reports that once it reaches Mumbai, what all will happen for the ones who are positive and for the ones who are negative. If you could walk our viewers through all those pointers that you've accessed.
So rightly mentioned by you, Chaiti, this is the high hand of irresponsibility, one on the side of Goa government, other from the Cordelia ship officials who have still not reverted to the queries put up by the India Today group. Third, by the Mumbai officials who gave the permission, and the Mumbai Port Trust, how over 2,000 people were allowed to board this particular ship when how much of restrictions are put in, how many cases are coming up in Mumbai. Now we have exclusively spoke to the BMC officials. So what are the points which they have made in? We'll like to mention that the BMC is saying that there are 4 choices which will be given to the people who have tested positive on this particular cruise ship. First, what they are saying is that complete your quarantine period in the ship only. That is, now the ship will have to stay in the Mumbai dockyard for another 15 days. Chaiti, this is a big news because there are a lot of tours and trips which were planned for this Cordelia ship which won't be allowed. The first condition which the officials in the BMC have put in, that complete your quarantine period in the cruise ship as well. Second is, if you are asymptomatic, shift to a hotel. They will give the list of hotels based on the accommodation prices. They can shift to the hotel. Third is, there is a COVID facility in the Baikala, Chaiti. That is the Richardson and Garrison COVID facility. That's the jumbo COVID facility in Baikala. So if you want to shift there, you can shift there with little symptoms. But if anyone has major symptoms, then they will be shifted to hospital. So these are the 4 options which are given by the BMC officials once they reach Mumbai. This is the exclusive information which we are right now playing on India Today.
Is about the ones who have tested negative, because you remember we played out those reactions also from the passengers who are negative, saying that, look, why are we being punished for this? The simple answer is that, you know, obviously there are people around you who have tested positive, so there has to be no way in which they can just leave the ship like that without proper testing and COVID appropriate protocols. But the question here is, once it reaches Mumbai, you've mentioned what the authorities are going to do for the positive passengers. What about the negative ones? What is their game plan? Because they can't be just let out. They could be carriers for the next 5 to 6 days at least. They would have to be under observation.
Absolutely, Chaiti. Like you mentioned, that if one crew member has affected 66 passengers, so now 66 passengers are traveling along with over 1,950 people who are negative. So what the BMC officials have told us, that now everyone has to undergo again RT-PCR test. There's a special team which has been designated right now. They are in the process of forming this whole medical team who will go on this particular cruise ship once it's land in the Mumbai International Cruise Terminal. That particular team will check all the RT-PCR tests again. So the people who have tested negative, they too have to undergo RT-PCR test. And let me tell you, only and only after which the reports come negative, they will be allowed to leave the ship. And yes, they will have to undergo quarantine period. So this is what the BMC officials right now are telling us, that the people who have been tested negative also, they will have to undergo RT-PCR test, and till the time the report does not come out, they will have to be on ship only. So it is a huge mess of a situation right now in this particular Cordelia cruise ship matter. Over 66 people already tested positive. Now, right now, from Goa to Mumbai, they are traveling.
What an absolute mess. And this Cordelia ship has turned out to be a big hotspot. But the biggest point here is 2016 people on a ship in COVID times. And now 66 have tested positive. We don't know how many more will end up testing positive, how many of them are carriers because of coming in contact with these 66 people too. Let's take a look at certain pointers that we have for you in terms of cruise ships that have been quarantined globally. You have the World Dream passenger on 5th of February 2022. The passenger plus crew, 3,691 people were on it. In Japan on 4th Feb 2022, Diamond Princess, I beg your pardon, 4th Feb 2021. Diamond Princess, passenger plus crew, 3,711. In Cambodia, 13th Feb 2020, Westerdam, passenger plus crew, 1,528 people on board. In the US, on 9th March 2022, Grand Princess, 3,533 total people on board with the crew. In Egypt, on 7th March, Sarah, there were 171 people on board this particular ship. So this is globally how they've quarantined people when they are on a ship in COVID times. We'll continue updating you with more details on the Cordelia ship story.